for a buck. Also, who you take as the person, your role models, changes. So if you look at young people today, who are their role models? Are their role models people who are righteous or pious? No. They're the people like Rick Ross. Rick Ross, I remember I saw a video of Rick Ross where he bragged that he sold 9 kilograms of cocaine. If you've seen a bag of sugar is around 2 kilograms. Times that by 4. Okay, times that by 4. 9 kilograms of cocaine is how much? 5 million, 10 million pounds on the street? He's bragging that he sold 9 kilograms. And you have young people then taking him as an example. Yeah, I want to be shifting keys, selling drugs. You even hear young people. I know people who are religious, they talk about all the time, yeah, Henny. Henny is short for the drink Hennessy, which is a form of wine, French wine. Where do they learn Henny from? They learn these things from these people that take as role models. Also, with materialism taking role models, you take people not righteous as role models. People who are not righteous. I remember up until the 80s, in our community, singers were people you listened to, dance their music, but you didn't want to take them as role models. They were people you want to follow or be like. I don't know anybody who wanted to be like Diana Ross. Maybe they liked her hairstyle or they liked her music, but want to be like her? No. But look at it today. Young kids are dressing like grime stars or drill artists, etc. They want to be like these people who live fake lifestyles anyhow. Many people talk the street, they're not from the street. But this is what materialism does. It distorts your reality. Where rather than looking at something which is good for you, you can look at something which is negative for you. And most vulnerable are Muslims. Most vulnerable are Muslims. Because we have something to lose, isn't it? Your deen. If you got no deen, what do you have to lose? You got nothing to lose. And so, we spoke about that last week. We spoke about materialism. What is materialism? The dangers of materialism. How materialism in general affects people's values. Is affecting the people's values in society. One of the brothers from France who is here, he was making a comparison in terms of the dress sense, how it is different in France to here. And I said the difference between France and England is that England is locked in a media network of Hollywood. France, maybe most people don't understand when they listen to rap music, they don't understand what's being said. Maybe 1 or 2 words. But people in England, people in America understand it. You get locked into that culture. This is something to understand. Most of the culture, for example, black culture that we see in the media is not black culture. Black people don't own record companies or distribution companies or video companies or YouTube. We don't own anything that sells our culture. Rather, it is other people selling not our culture, but what they think sells of our culture. For example, gangster rap. I've heard many people say they're sick and tired of gangster rap. Kill a nigga, kill a nigga, kill a nigga. They're sick of it. And I think all of us are sick of hearing that. Here comes the question, if we're sick of it, why is it still pumped out in the media? Why? Why? Because it sells. It sells. People buy that stuff. People download it. People watch the video. Like I said, remember, YouTube is not benevolent. It's not a charity. Don't get it twisted. If you go onto YouTube, you'll see Michael Jackson, one of his, say, Thriller, has been seen 3 billion times. That's almost saying half of the people on this planet watched it once. YouTube have a policy, every 1,000 views, you get $5. How much? $5. So do the math. Divide 3 billion by 5, how much is that? Somebody help me. Is that a little bit of money or an awful lot of money?
Awful lot.
That's an awful lot of money. Why do you think those grime artists and drill stars, poor broke people, why do they struggle to make videos? Why? Why would I, with no money on a gyro, spend £200-300 getting a video made of me rapping? Why? Because I can make money on YouTube. People, unfortunately, have a moral appetite of a swine. They like hearing ratchet stuff, isn't it? So, I'm a nobody in London, but I have 10,000 people watching my video. 10,000 divided by 1,000, how much is that? That's 10, yes? 10 times 5 is 50 quid. 50 pounds. So you imagine, if my video stays up there for a year, I'll make more than 10,000 views, 60, a million views, am I right? A million views, 2 million views. 2 million divided by 1,000 is how much? That's a good what, 20,000-30,000 pounds? Look at that. That's where the money lies in videos. Nothing is for free, and this is materialism. Materialism, it sells to you a dream. Materialism, it sells to you a want as a need. Needs are good, fresh water that you can drink. Countries around the world don't have drinking water. I live in a country which had flowing water in the taps, but you couldn't drink it. You could wash in it, you couldn't drink it. Imagine that. That's a need. But they tell you, no. Nike, the latest Nike is a need. The latest iPhone is a need. The latest this is a need, that is a need. When you go to school, people say, man, do you hear the latest Big Shaq record? Nah. What? You haven't heard it? They look at you like you're from Mars. So you have to listen to it, isn't it? Just imagine that. In one secondary school is 1,000 people. Am I right? In one borough, how many schools? 10 schools? That's 10,000 people. 10,000 people watching one video. 10,000 people watching one video. If we say the whole country is like that, how many thousands of people watching that video? Do you see what I'm saying? Even countries like companies like Apple, do they sell their phone as a phone? No. You're buying into a culture. You're buying into something you must have. Same with food. Many people eat fast food, am I right? Does it taste nice? Come on now, let's be real. Does McDonald's taste better than your mum's cooking? No way. Why do we buy it? Why do we buy it? McDonald's doesn't taste better than baked beans on toast. Baked beans on toast is more scrumptious than McDonald's. Why do we buy it? Because you're buying into a lifestyle, a way of living. It's told to you, it's a need, not a want. It's a want, it's not a need. And materialism, as I said, at the center of materialism is making people rich. Making people who what? Rich. Who becomes rich? The same people who have money in the first place. The same people who have money in the first place. It's not new people becoming rich. We have this whole idea of startups. Am I right? Startups. And we have 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 startups. And if you look at the companies that produce, for example, movies, are the same companies. Marvel are owned by who? By Disney. Disney's owned by who? Another company. So you have one big mother company owning all these small little companies. Making money or not making money? Making money. Why is it then that the media industry went hard against all those websites that you can download or watch movies on, or download free music? Why? They went hard against them. Why? Because you're losing revenue. They want to protect their revenue. They don't care you listen to music or like music because of the style. They don't care about artistics. They don't care about that at all. Well, they care about making money. And this is the crux of materialism. So that's our brief recap. Any questions at all, clarifications of what I've said? So you have to understand, one last point. When you see Lil Wayne has been made by somebody. Someone's making money of Lil Wayne and Drake. Somebody has said we'll promote him and exclude somebody else. When you look at Lil Wayne, you're seeing a kind of lifestyle. An irresponsible lifestyle. He himself almost died drinking something called lean. Somebody likened lean to heroin. This is the lifestyle they promote. Here comes a question. In the black communities, everyone like Lil Wayne? Or no? No. Vast majority of people are just trying to survive. But they pick out what I call negativity. Why? Because negativity sells. People have a moral appetite like a swine. People don't want to see righteous stuff. I saw this very interesting documentary which was produced by the American NPR, which is the American equivalent of the BBC. It's produced maybe like 7-8 years ago. And it talked about culture and youth culture. And there was these people, they got together, they raised millions of dollars to open a satellite channel with good, wholesome family view. You know, like Home Alone. No swearing, no cussing, no sex, minimal violence. A whole channel like that, 24 hours a day. Do you know they had to close? Only a couple months they were on air, they had to close. Why? Because people have a moral appetite like a swine. People are not looking for righteous things, and that's Allah has blessed them with Iman. What do people want? People want the ratchet things in life. So imagine this now. The same record companies that promote Lil Wayne, are they owned by black people? No. Not one of them. The person who makes a decision, will his album be released or not released? Is it black people who make that decision? No. And that's not just a Lil Wayne, it's every single rap artist that's out there. Every single black musician that's out there. They don't determine what happens with their product. Or their skills even. And so somebody says, hey, we can make money by selling gangster rap, and that's what you have. We can make money by selling negativity, that's what you have. It's not that black people themselves say, yeah, we want to push this out. There are many black people who love making money. That's what they care about. They worship money. So they'll say anything, can do anything for money. But to show you how stupid we are, we have somebody like a rapper by the name of Tekashi 69. If you heard of Tekashi 69, the latest one. Tekashi 69, the latest rapper. He's got all colour on his face, he's got multicolored hair. And they say that he's from the street. I ain't never seen anybody from the street dressed like that, to be honest with you. I don't think that goes down very well in the street. And to show you how much he faked that he got beaten up and robbed. He faked it. Why did he fake it? To attract people to his channel. Look at that. These people talk, I'm on the street, I'm on the street, I'm on the street. You see them, go on the street and see them. The rapper 50 Cent selling millions of records saying, yeah, I'm selling drugs on the street. Go on the street, you see him selling drugs. But this is what they sell to you. And the people selling it to you are not black people. We don't own record companies. Like I always say about drugs. There's so much drugs in the black community and black people. How do drugs get into the black community? How? We don't even own a ship. To my last count, there's only one black farm in the United Kingdom. One man. So how do these drugs come into the community? From somewhere, outside. How did crack come into America? How? We all know that story. And so I say this, brothers and sisters, to dispel a myth. Because some people believe that that negative culture you see is black culture. No. There are some people who live that culture, but they are a minority of people. One brother said, don't talk black. You come from decent families. Black people have decent families as well. Most 99.9% of families do not encourage their young people to be like that. There is that 1% which is amplified. That is amplified to seem as if it is the norm, but it's not the norm. It's not the norm. It is 1%, or for argument's sake, 10%. How can you blame 90% for the actions of 10%? That's not fair. Most people in the black community just want to work and do the right thing as best as possible. Not act like some kind of gangster or fake gangster on a record and in real life is a businessman like Master P is. So I just want to make that point there, and I want to send it home to the community, because many times we don't really sit and analyze what's happening around us. And we take the bullet for people we shouldn't take the bullet for, like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne doesn't represent black culture. And Allah forbid, African culture. He's a product that is bought and sold. He made millions of dollars for what he does, and the people who sell him and market him have made billions of dollars from him. He made millions, they made billions of dollars from marketing him and his negativity. And they don't care. As long as people buy their records, they don't care. There's a man by the name of Lyle Cohen, who is an Israeli-American, I don't know what you call it, mogul, I suppose. I don't want to go deep into his story. And he made a point in a recent interview. He said that if somebody had a drug habit, he would say, look, you know, you've got this habit, you need to fix yourself. Then he was asked the question, okay, if they had a drug habit and they were putting this in their music, telling people to take drugs, what would you do? What did he say? Did he say a principled stance? I wouldn't sell him. I wouldn't allow him to come in my company. No, he said, look, I've got mouths to feed. Look at that. Look at that. Where's your principles? Where's your principles? If somebody's marketing drugs and a drug lifestyle, which we all know is detrimental to humanity, you're supposed to say, nah, you promoting drugs and that lifestyle, like Wiz Khalifa, who promotes smoking of marijuana? Nah. I'm not, and if someone else can do it, I ain't doing it. No, he didn't say that. He said he had mouths to feed. Who doesn't have mouths to feed? Everyone has mouths to feed. But through haram. And he knows, he's a Jewish gentleman. He knows the Old Testament. He knows the Torah. The Torah stands against drugs. The Torah unequivocally is against alcohol and drugs. That's the stance you should take. Am I right? Talk to me. The Torah stance. Don't take the Islamic stance. Take what does the Torah say. Does the Torah allow you to sell drugs? No. Does the Torah allow you to sell alcohol? No. That's the stance you should be taking. But these people do it just to make a quick buck. They don't really care. Anyhow, let's move on to our second part. Our second part, my respected brothers and sisters and my elders, in looking at materialism, is to look at the dunya in respect to Islam. A fundamental principle we have to understand is derived from the following verse in Surah Al-Mulk, which is the 67th chapter in the second verse. Allah says, الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْغَفُورُ. Allah says, He has created death and life, that He may test you with. Test you, which of you is best in deeds? And He is the Almighty, the Oft-Forgiving. The principle we learn here, brothers and sisters, life comes from who? Allah. Allah created life. Your life is a gift from Allah, not from yourself. Allah created death. Your death, when your time is appointed, is from Allah. How many people today died? Allah spared you. The neighbor on the left could have died, the neighbor on the right could have died, the neighbor in the front could have died. Allah spared you. So life and death comes from Allah. But the most important thing here, Allah says, and He may test which of you is best in deeds. Test of you, which is best of deeds. Ibn Kathir, rahimahullah, he said, A meaning khair al-amala, the best in deeds, the best in deeds. Those of us who are best in our deeds, the best and righteous deeds are those deeds which are based upon three important things. One, tawheed. Two, ikhlas, sincerity to Allah. And three, muwafaqah, is in compliance with the sunnah of the Prophet. That's the criteria for a righteous deed. A righteous deed isn't something that we think that derives from our culture. A culture may say taking the hijab off is righteous. It's not righteous. But righteous deeds are based upon three things. One, tawheed. Two, ikhlas, sincerity to Allah. And three, muwafaqa, it's in accordance to the sunnah. And so, Ibn Kathir says, which are the best of deeds? Kama qala Muhammad ibn Ajlan, as was said by Muhammad ibn Ajlan, وَلَمْ يُقُلْ أَكْثَرَ عَمَلًا, and it is not said the ones of the most deeds. Look at that. Islam is about quality and not about quantity. In the time of the Prophet ﷺ, the Sahaba were small in number and they devastated nations larger in number than them. The Sahaba were a minority compared to the Persians, devastated that society. How did they do that? Because of righteous deeds. We as Muslims don't believe in numbers being the priority in terms of anything. It is righteousness, a group of righteous people. Allah tells us in the Quran, how many times a group of righteous people have overcome a larger number? This is what we believe as Muslims. And so this life, my respected brothers and sisters, is about that. It is a test to see those of us who be the best in deeds. Not lots of salah. And I always use the example when I went one year to pray in East London. They prayed Tarawih, 21 rakah. How do they pray? That was it. Can you imagine that? One rakah was approximately 2 minutes or 1 minute. And for them, mashallah, they did well. They thought they were doing better than the brothers who prayed 8 rakah, each rakah lasting 10, 15 minutes. But they looked at the quantity, not the quality. It is a quality, not the quantity. It's like zakah. It's like your sadaqah. It's not, I gave £20,000 to the masjid to brag or boast. Or I robbed a bank. Do you know back in the 80s there were brothers who would rob banks and give the money to masajid? The Imam says, brothers, we need to collect money so we can fix the roof. One of the brothers said, Imam, don't worry, I got you. He said, I got you, Imam. Astaghfirullah. Rob a bank, here you go. Imam's thinking, alhamdulillah, this is from Allah. My dua has been answered. But in reality, the money came from haram, means from shaitan. But who knows? We believe that that £1 can multiply because of the barakah in it. Unlike that money which is the worst money, which may not suffice the person. So this life is a test, and that's how we see it. This life, my respected brothers and sisters, Allah has warned us how many people prefer over the next life. Allah says, بَلْ تُؤْثِرُونَ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرًا وَأَبْقَى. But you prefer the worldly life, the material life, while the hereafter is better and long enduring, everlasting. Look at that. The next life is everlasting, this life is temporal. We may live to 50, 60, 70, 80 and die. And we go to the next life, which is everlasting hell or everlasting paradise. So we have to be careful. The kids on the street, they have the expression, that life. Look at that life. Material life, that life. They recognize it's the life of the dunya. Stealing, robbing, cheating, lying, thieving, selling drugs. That life they refer to it. What is that life? Hayat dunya. Because if you're about this dunya, there is no morals. There is no morals. You can't say no to money. Whatever way you can make money, halal or haram, it goes. Even if it means stealing from your family, it goes. Even if it means stealing from your neighbors, it goes. And this is the people Allah says, but rather you prefer this life, hayat dunya, the material life. But the next life is everlasting. Look at that. It is khayran, better, wa abqa, and everlasting. So we need to be careful. Because this life, as we said from the first ayah, is a means to an end. This life is a test. It's a means for us to attain piety, to come close to Allah. So when you die, you go to paradise. You go to paradise either because you are somebody who was thankful to Allah, a thankful slave, which is the highest level, or you are somebody who just did the right thing to go to paradise. But if you lose sight of that, brothers and sisters, this material life becomes a means to an end, then your whole life is about this material life. If the person of the dunya, if their house burns down and everything is burning down, they'll run inside to get their ex-phone. Why? The dunya means much to them. But if you recognize this life is a means to an end, then it's a test to your house burning down. But alhamdulillah, you have your life, you have your iman. These are important things. Also we find Allah again telling us, the Prophet telling us sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that this life is nothing compared to the next life. In a hadith that has been collected by Imam Muslim and narrated by Al-Mustawrid, he said that our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Wallah, mal dunya fil akhirah illa mithl ma yaj'al ahdukum isba'ahu hadhihi fil yammi falyanzur bima yarja'. The Prophet said, by Allah, this world is insignificant in comparison to the hereafter. That if one of you should dip his finger into the ocean, and then he should see what is stuck to it. Look at that. If you go to the ocean, dip your finger in and put it out, what do you see? All of the water on your finger or very little of the water? Little. You have done nothing of consequence to the water. If I went to the Atlantic Ocean and stuck my finger in and put a finger in and put it out, it would not have affected it. This is how insignificant the dunya is to the next life. And it's important, us as brothers and sisters and as a community, to remind each other of paradise. What's in store for us in paradise? The only time we find people talking about paradise when it comes to the Hur al-Ain. That's the only thing we talk about. The women of paradise. Put up a poster of women of paradise, it must be full of people. Talk about the Hur al-Ain, but no one talks about all the other things of paradise. Nobody talks about paradise to make our young children want paradise. Everything you want is better in paradise. None of us talk to our children about paradise. We don't talk to each other about paradise. As an encouragement. As husband and wife, we talk about, yeah, if we save 10,000 this year, we're nearly there, we can go on holiday, we can do this. That's what we talk about. If we save some money this month, we can pay this bill, pay that bill. That's what we talk about. We talk about paradise. We don't talk about, inshallah, seeing each other in paradise, meeting each other in paradise. We talk about the splendors of paradise. Our past predecessors wrote books about paradise. Why? Why did they write books about paradise? To encourage the believer. When you hear about paradise, it's fruit, it's soil, it's rivers, it's houses. In your mind, you just want to be there right now. When you hear about the hadith and the ayat of paradise, if Allah takes your life while you're reading it, you are so happy because it's much better than this life. Why did our past predecessors also talk about the hellfire? Why? So you are careful in how you live your life and conduct yourselves. Why do they talk about the punishment of the grave? So you are careful and you are aware of how you conduct yourself. And so, the Prophet told us that this life is insignificant, though we put most of our energy into it. Am I right? Most of our energy. That's why, brothers and sisters, the niyyah, the intention is important. The intention is important. The intention, as the ulama say, can change something which is a custom, an adah, to something which is worship, ibadat. If I say, okay, I'm just going to wash my hands and wash my limbs, etc., I'm just washing myself. But if I have the intention of wudu, it becomes an act of worship which I get reward for. And this is what we have to remind each other, as brothers and sisters, as husbands and wives, that let's make what we do in this dunya for Allah's sake, to bring us closer to Allah. I go to work every day. Why do I go to work every day? Why? To escape the house? Rotten kids, rotten husband? No. Why do I go to work every day? Because I like chilling out with my mates at work, it's so fun, crack jokes. Is that why? No. Make your intention halal rizq. Halal rizq. That my provisions is halal. I want to give it to my family, to provide for my family, to support my family, to help my family, whether they're a brother or a sister. You're supporting your family to take care of their needs for Allah's sake. Let's change our intentions. I'm going to college or university. Why? Because university is lit. It's fun. You can do stuff there. You have freedom. Is that why? No. I want to get a qualification so I can provide for myself. I can help the ummah. It's a different intention, am I right? A very different intention. Even if you say, I want to make sure I get a qualification so I can make a halal living. So I can work to provide for my family, help me support my family, support other Muslims, support the masjid. The different intention than what we have, am I right? You see a young brother, he starts his job. What's the first thing with his pay packet? What does he do? First thing, brand new suit. She buys clothes. He buys a car. These are the things they're focused on. No. So I want to make myself independent, help my family, and help the ummah. This material life, my respected brothers and sisters, is nothing in the sight of Allah, and nothing compared to what He has. Allah tells us, وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ فَمَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَزِينَتُهَا وَمَا عِندَ اللَّهِ خَيْرًا وَأَبْقَى. And whatever things that you people have been given, it is only for the enjoyment of this worldly life and its adornment. And what is with Allah is better and more lasting. Is better and more lasting. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has is better than what we have. If I was to say, for example, this water is better than that water, which will you take? The less or the better? The better. And so this material life, as we are saying, when we're trying to drive it home, is a means to an end. What is that? That the person is tested in this life to see how close they get to Allah, do righteous deeds to go Jannah. And the person who is heedless, doesn't care, if they fall into disbelief, that takes them outside the fold of Islam. They're threatened with the hellfire because they may repent before they die. The person may fall into disbelief and come back. We ask God to protect us and our children from it. But this is the reality. This is the focus that should be. The material life isn't the life and that's it. That's what atheism teaches. You're like a car. You know a car? When you turn the car off, what happens to the car? Stationary, it doesn't move. Am I right? Are we cars? No. This is not what we believe. We believe that we as human beings, when we die, we have a soul. And there'll be resurrection. The body and soul are brought together. Walaikum salam. And there'll be accounting for the things that you said, the things that you did or didn't do. This is the reality in front of us. And that's the test, which we'll talk about in a minute. And so, whatever we've been given by the beauty of this world, the beautiful things, this is just the enjoyment of this life. But what Allah has is greater, is greater and everlasting. The Prophet told us, my respected brothers and sisters, on the authority of Abu Hurairah, in a hadith that's been collected by Imam Muslim, a hadith that every single one of us should listen to. He told us, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, الدنيا سجن المؤمن والجنة للكافر. That this worldly life is a prison to the believer and a paradise for the disbeliever. There's a great scholar by the name of Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, who, by Allah's mercy and blessing, was wealthy. So one day a non-Muslim saw him dressed nice and fine, And he said to him, Sheikh, you have a hadith in which it said that this world is a prison for the believer and a paradise for disbeliever. But look at yourself. You have money, you're dressed fine, nice food. But look at me. I'm in rags, I'm poor, I'm disheveled. Look at me. The great scholar, he told him, Rahimullah, that this life, even with this finery, is a prison still for me. And for yourself, it is a paradise compared to what you will see when you die. And now let's look at this, brothers and sisters. For the believer, we have something called halal and we have something called haram. And I talk about this all the time, halal, haram, halal, haram. Why? Because there are many people in our community who don't care about halal, haram in any way, shape or form or fashion. For us who stay away from pork and alcohol, imagine this. You are forever maneuvering when you go out to eat, isn't it? Yeah? If you go to any restaurant, tirelessly you have to say, does this have pork? Does this have alcohol? You may find that the menu with 100 items becomes a menu of only 4 items. That happened to me recently. Went out to a restaurant to eat some food. You find that on the menu there's like 5 things you can eat. 5 things. One is pasta with peas, the other is pasta with sauce. That's it. Am I right? Same with the desserts. Only one cheesecake you can eat of the 20 different cheesecakes and ice creams that are there. Am I right? This is like being in prison. It's like being in prison. Am I right? When you go to prison, there's a limited menu. You can't go in prison, you can't say, well, okay, unless you're on death row, of course. I want steak and chips with a side portion of baked beans. For my dessert, I want lemon sponge meringue. Can you do that in prison? No, it's not really happening. You got choice of fish, chips, peas, baked beans, and that's about it really, isn't it? That's what they eat in prison, isn't it? That's British food for you, isn't it? Yes? Maybe on a Friday you get fish or some curry. A very, very limited menu. Same with ourselves. The Muslim woman is honored and risen. First of all, because of her tawheed and because of her hijab. She's risen above other women. Allah says in the Quran, "O women of the Prophet, you are not like other women." Ibn Kathir, he says, Rahimullah, in respect to this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in respect to all of the believing women. Look at that. That we, our women, are not like other women. The Muslim woman is not of the same status as other women. And so, by wearing her hijab, look at this, when it's summer, 25, 27 degrees, hot. Your wife, your daughter goes out on the street wearing the hijab. Everybody's looking at her like, girl, aren't you hot in that? If she has family who are not practicing or not Muslim, they may say to her, look man, just keep the main thing on, but just, open up a bit, am I right? Open up a bit, to let the breeze come in. But the Muslim woman who believes in Allah, believes in the last day, maintains her hijab. Does so not because of her husband or her father, because most Muslim husbands and fathers would happily tell their wives, take off your hijab. How many sisters I know, their fathers get angry because they wear hijab. In some Muslim communities, there is a belief if you wear hijab before you get married, you won't get married. So you don't wear hijab, so everyone can see your hair, but when you get married, you start wearing hijab. Look at the mentality. Backward mentality. Backward to Jahiliyyah. Are you with me? So many Muslims are really happy if their women took off the hijab. Why should a sister take her hijab off? For dunya. It's not because of they believe it's religious, because it makes them melt into the melting pot. Yes? Because of dunya. Now, the Muslim woman, it's almost like she's in a prison. The halal, haram, the do's and don'ts, almost like you're in a prison, isn't it? Irrespective of how much money you have. If I'm a multi-millionaire, can I still drink alcohol and eat pork? Can I? No. I'm multi-millionaire. Can I say, okay, I've reached a million, now all Islamic rulings don't apply to me? Is that true? No. Still apply to you. Even if you're rich, if you're poor, Islamic rulings, they apply to you. So, for us, it's like a prison. As for the non-believer, does he or she have halal haram? No. They eat whatever they want to eat. They drink whatever they want to drink. I remember seeing this program about a Far Eastern country. They went into a food market where they have food, into the market. There was nothing on this planet that wasn't in that market they couldn't eat. There are roaches, they ate roaches. There are beetles, they ate beetles. There are rats, they eat rats. There are mice, they eat mice. There are dogs, they eat dogs. There are cats, they eat cats. What do they eat? There are videos on YouTube, on Instagram. I saw a video on Instagram once. This guy took a mouse and he, that's it, bit the head off an egg. I remember for one of my research, because I always talk about these temples in which they have rats. Have you seen the temples with rats in them? National Geographic have done a video about it. Go and see it. These people believe that their ancestors, their family when they die, their souls go into the rats. So they look after these big vermin like this. Massive vermin like this. In their society, in that country, in the society, look at this, look at this. The person who is seen as the lowest of low, do you know who the lowest of low in their society is? The rat killer. The rat killer, because in that country, they produce billions of tons of rice. And rice is done in rice paddies, which are flooded areas. You have snakes there, you have rats there. The rats and snakes, well, the snakes eat the rats, but the rats eat the rice. So you need to have a rat catcher to go in there to catch the rice. Rat catcher to go in to catch the mice and the rats. So they have this thing, they make smoke. They find, first of all, they find the burrow where the mouse are, the rats are. So when they find it, they block it at one end. They have this thing which they make smoke. They make smoke into the burrow. So smoke kills, isn't it? What kills many people with fire is not the fire itself, but the smoke. Goes into your lungs, clogs up your lungs, and that's it. So this man does that with the rats, and after like 10 minutes,